Hi everyone, I'm Elise Bertin-Lemay and welcome to this webinar for SYSTRAN Speech Translation. I'm very pleased to present all the features we have associated with speech in this webinar. So before we start, just know that this webinar is recorded and you'll get access to the recording in a few days. Participants are on mute, so please ask any questions via the chat panel, and there will be a 15-minute question and answer session at the end to address these questions. Now, moving to SYSTRAN Speech Translation, the topic of the day. So just in a few words, what is it? It's an all-in-one tool to transcribe and translate with the quality and reliability of SYSTRAN, which opens new audio and video, not only formats, but also usages. And it was very important for us to start from your use cases. And we identified at least two of them in all the interviews we had with you. First is to reach a global audience. For all your videos, your video content, you want to create and translate subtitles for this. And it's spread out over many departments. It can be in marketing, for internal communication, for e-learning or training. And the second goal we identify is that you want to uncover the value of your multimodal data. It's not because you have audio or video data that it's not usable. You can turn it into text so that you can analyze it and get more insight from it. It starts from e-discovery, from analytics, but also customer service or even your internal meetings. If you want to simply get a text version of all these interactions you get as audio, you can get more insight from them, index or analyze them as text later. For all these use cases, we are happy to propose some SYSTRAN solutions. It was possible so far with dedicated licenses with our speech provider partners, Vocapia, Nuance, and Aptech, that you could branch with SYSTRAN Translate server. Now we are happy to open new SYSTRAN offers that integrate a speech part. So for SYSTRAN Translate Private Cloud and SYSTRAN Translate server offers, we open a speech add-on that you can that opens SYSTRAN Translation, and for SYSTRAN Translate Pro, you have a dedicated speech offer. Apart from that, with the API, we have a specific speech REST API that enables to transcribe, and the usual SYSTRAN Translate REST API that enables to translate, so that you can, if needed, chain both of them if you need to integrate speech translation your own way. What are the key points of this speech add-on? So in 5 keywords: quality, performance, security, subtitles, and multimodality. And we're going to dive into each of them. First, for quality, our speech translation offer plugs in an automatic speech recognition module based on the Whisper model, the large model from OpenAI, and SYSTRAN machine translation models. And it means state-of-the-art quality for both of these tasks, knowing that quality for speech and for text is not an easy thing. When you want to reach a high quality for speech, it means that you want to be robust to noisy speech, to background noise or music. You want to be to have high accuracy when encountering accents or code switching. And for text, you want a high quality, even in presence of noisy text. You want to be specialized for professional context and adapted to your specific context. You want to be able to choose your locals and formality. So our aim is to reach high quality in all these contexts. Then we come to performance, and we have a specific SYSTRAN integration of the OpenAI Whisper large models that enable to run both on CPU and GPU with a very decreased inference time. And this is thanks to faster Whisper, which is a re-implementation of OpenAI's Whisper model using the open source highly optimized inference tool, cTranslate 2, that we actively maintain at SYSTRAN. Then coming to security, as I said, we use the OpenAI Whisper large model, but we don't use their API. So the model itself is open source, and then it's packaged and integrated so that you can deploy it on the secure SYSTRAN environment that you choose. And that way, the data respect the same privacy constraints and security that you chose with SYSTRAN. Then to translate your videos, you have to choose an output format, and we chose subtitles as it's the most widely used way to transform your video to text and to make it, your video accessible to all the audiences. So it's a direct speech to text and speech to target text, source and target text. That is timed with timestamps, and you can find this in this SRT subtitle format file. You can then it's very easy to add these subtitles to your video to reach the world audience. And in case that both the transcript or the translation would not meet your standards, it's possible to post-edit both the source and the target, and even to see the direct impact of the modifications of the source in the target, so that you can download your subtitles with the finished and polished results to broadcast it further. Then coming to multimodality, adding this feature to SYSTRAN means that you have all in one place the access to a speech offer that works for a wide range of formats, WAV, MP3, MP4, WebM, etc. And it also works for all SYSTRAN language pairs. And it's as simple as a new tab in the new SYSTRAN interface. And we're going to see a quick demo of it. So as a warning, we tried this morning and everything worked perfectly. This evening it seemed a little bit more complicated, so let's all hope it will work this time. I'm going to share the video.
Here is our video. Let's drop it into the drop zone. I'm going to leave it to English, translate to French, and go. So now it's checking, transcribing, and after transcribing it will be translating, which is probably the shorter part of the entire process. And there it is, translated, and we can now download the subtitle file. Open that right here, and we see subtitles with the timestamp and French version of the text. And finally, when we play the video now, you simply identify the subtitle file. There you go, to be played along at the same time, and here is the subtitle.
So if we summarized all the features that SYSTRAN speech translations include, we have audio and video transcription and translation. This with a new tab, speech translation tab, and all the formats that are directly available in the drop zone. Automatic audio, video, language detection. If you don't know the language of the audio you want to analyze, you can use the auto detect feature. Post-editing of audio and video transcript and translation. So with a synchronized audio player and soon a video player with the possibility to edit both the source and the target. And as I said, when you posted the source, you can directly observe the impact on the target. You can also download the transcript and the translation as subtitles in a very simple way. There was a very big effort to make the subtitles automatically compliant with formatting standards. Especially with an effort on the max length for each line. And most importantly, to preserve the sentence meaning, because it means to preserve the translation quality across subtitles in source and target. So your sentence, even if it's cut in several subtitles, is preserved both in source and target. And importantly, you can also monitor your speech translation usage through your statistics and dashboard. Last but not least, there's an active discovery and work of SYSTRAN team to support streaming and speech translation, because we heard that is so important for your use cases of internal meetings, like live or online, and also for customer support and direct interactions. And we also work on supporting multiple targets at once, that from a single video, you could make it available to a multiplicity of audience just with a single click. And we would be very happy to hear your other use cases and to know more about your questions. So here you go. So first question says that, apologies if I missed it, but which languages are supported? So all the SYSTRAN language pairs are supported. So depending on your language packs, or if you're a Translate server or Translate private cloud customer, or if you're Translate Pro, you have access to the language pairs available. And for all SYSTRAN supported languages, speech is a possibility. Do you have any plans to make a Zoom plugin? I think this at the moment it's not possible, as we first want to have a reliable streaming speech solution, because it's not an easy question. It raises many technical points that we want to solve, but definitely Zoom is an interesting integration once we have the module that works out of the box. Is this functionality available on the on-premises version? What is the required configuration? So this SYSTRAN speech translation is open on, as you've seen, all SYSTRAN offers, but coming with V10. So it's definitely possible with on-premises versions, but you'll have to contact your contact point for the specific required configuration. It's possible to envisage the both a CPU and GPU deployment. Is the service part of current contracts or needs to be purchased as an additional feature? Yes, as we've stated, it's an specific add-on, which means that it needs to be added to existing offers. But please contact your contact points for further information on this. can we submit a template for transcription? Could you elaborate on that? What do you mean by a template? Yeah, when you say that your transcription needs to be in a specific format and you have a template for it. Well, I think it's an interesting case to discuss with the partners here at SYSTRAN. At the moment, it's a free-form transcript, and it just makes some modifications of the speech in terms of making it more fluent as a text so that it reads better. So, for example, some hesitations that are natural, or even repetition of words that actually, when we hear them, they are completely natural, but when we see them written, it feels a bit like uttering. So these things are getting smoothed in the transcript so that it reads and translates better as a text. There's another question that's how is the timing of the subtitles preserved in the translation? So interesting question. Definitely we preserve the beginning and end of sentence timing so that sentences are aligned in source and target. But as you've seen, if we want to respect the formatting constraints, it's not possible to align source subtitles to target subtitles. At least it's not always possible. Because you can have very wordy languages or very compact ones. So we make subtitles that are compliant with the formatting constraints both in source and target, but the timing are aligned at the sentence level, and in between they can be cut differently in terms of subtitles according to the language. How do a live translation works? So at the moment it doesn't work, at least not in SYSTRAN translation tool. Our tool here is really about batch translation, so about a file that you have, a recording or an analysis that you process after the speech was produced. And once you have this file, this audio or video file, then you can get this text transcript or text translation of it. Is the API already available? Yeah, so in the terms that I've said, if your offer, in the terms of your offer include it, or if you are interested in it, definitely contact your contact point about it. That you have a separate API to transcribe and another API to translate, and it's you can perfectly chain the both APIs so that you can integrate the speech and the translation into your own workflow. Last question, if you do not have a SYSTRAN account, can you just purchase this add-on? No, at the moment it's really an add-on, so it needs to be backed up on a SYSTRAN offer. Oh, and thank you. So that will be the word of the end. Thank you all. Goodbye.